installation called Hasidus, Art and Identity. I'll remind you right now, I was going to say it later, but just shut your cell phones. So take a second, do that before I continue. And so thank you for reminding me. A little bit about what the girls are doing tonight. They've chosen, and I'll tell you a little more about this later, but they've chosen an art form in which, one or two, in which to express some Hasidus or aspect of Torah that they've learned and that they've personalized. So it's not just something that's intellectual to them, it's something that has meaning for their life and that they connect to. And this has been quite a process that I'll share with you in a little bit. To share a little bit more about the Hasidus with you, we have the girls' most excellent Hasidus teacher, but more than that, he is a wonderful and amazing principal of Tzohar Seminary that we all love. So thank you, Rabbi Herman.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see everybody here tonight. I'm so glad that we have this opportunity for everyone to see what goes on in this building. I know that you see the lights on when you pass late at night, and you might be wondering what is going on tonight. You'll get a chance to see. It's appropriate that this is taking place right after Parashas B'Shalach, the story of the Jewish people going through the Red Sea, and of course afterwards singing Shira, singing a song of thanksgiving to God, and following the men, of course, it's the women who take specifically musical instruments in their hands, and they are the ones who have not only the singing of a song of thanksgiving to God, but the musical accompaniment, the creativity that would come along with it. So tonight we're certainly going to see a great deal of creativity amongst young Jewish women who are following in the footsteps of the past. Many of the Hasidic concepts that will be discussed tonight are germane to how we live our lives. A common theme that you'll see repeated again and again for many of the girls is about the internal struggles that we have as human beings. We have a certain selfish tendency, and we have an altruistic tendency. In Hasidic terms, this is known as the animal soul, the part of ourself that seeks self-gratification, and we have a part of ourselves that seeks relationship and seeks others, the godly soul. And that will feature heavily tonight, as well as other Hasidic themes, and I think that you'll be able to see how these themes are expressed through the various artistic mediums that have been chosen. Finally, I just want to thank our Judaic teachers. The heart of every seminary experience, of course, is the Torah that is learned, and I would just like to give my thanks to Rabbi Chani Friedman, Rebbetzin Blumi Rosenfeld, Mrs. Sterny Rosenfeld, Mrs. Leah Herman, Mrs. Dina Tau, Esther Schulman, and Sarah Schulman for their wonderful Torah teaching, their commitment to the girls, and what they have provided to the girls in terms of Hasidus and Torah will be on display tonight. Thank you all for being here.
This evening's presentation is in honor of our dear, dear friend, Reina Basnecha Clark. And the reason she gets special treatment, aside from being my good friend, is because she's been with Tzohar from the beginning. She's been, the first year she was our, when we had no dorm counselors, and believe me, that was one of the craziest things I've ever done. She was our house mother. She took care of the girls. She was getting, you don't know what, bathroom mats and things like that. I mean, she really helped this school start. And she's been my psychologist through it. Never mind, I'm married to a psychiatrist. I needed my friend. And Reina herself is an actress and an artist and really believes, really truly believes with her whole self in this cause of what we're doing, that from girls need a place to explore this part of themselves, to grow this part of themselves, and the groundbreaking aspect of there is nothing like this where they can develop the different parts of themselves. And so Reina is this in every part of her being. And I want to thank you for that, and I honor you for that. And may this program tonight be in honor and merit of a refuah shalema for you and for everybody who needs a refuah shalema. And Reina's strong enough to give it to everybody too. I want to read one thing which is in the program, but I will read it to you anyway. Reina's family regrets that they are not here tonight, but they thank all of you for being such an incredible support for her. We are always impressed by our mother's independence and spunk, and by her beautiful generosity to her family and friends. We hope that you all enjoy the evening. With much love to our mother and grandmother, and to all of you, Chani, Steve, Yehuda, Nachama, Devorah Leah, Shoshana, Ari, and Erez. And that was sent to me by Reina's daughter, Chani. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Blumi Rosenfeld, who's the Rebbitzin of our community, to read a kapitel of Tehillim for Chizuk. And Mrs. Rosenfeld is not only the Rebbitzin of our community, but she's also the mashpia, and my mashpia for Tzohar, and really helped and inspired us to get off the ground. And now she actually comes and teaches the girls, so they get to have a little bit of her too, hopefully more and more. Thank you, Blumi, for coming.
Lamnatseach, Benginos, Mizmar Shir, Elohim, Yechanenu, Vivarchenu, Ya'er Panav, Itanu Seba, Loda'as Ba'aretz, Darkecha, B'chol Goyim, Yeshuasecha, Yoducha Amin, Elohim, Yoducha Amin, Kulam, Yismachu, Viranenu, Le'umim, Ki Sishpot, Amin Mishar, Ule'umim Ba'aretz, Tanchein Sela, Yoducha Amin, Elohim, Yoducha Amin, Kulam, Eretz, Nasna Yevula, Yivarchenu, Elohim Eloheinu, Yivarchenu Elohim, V'yir'u Oso, Kol, Afsei Aretz.
I also would like to thank Mrs. Hindi Gurvitz, who couldn't be with us tonight. She's our new administrator here at Tzohar, and we appreciate all the help she gives us. I would like to thank Bryna Cohen for everything that she does for us. She's our house mother and takes care of the girls and helped set up tonight, and you saw her at the door. So Bryna, thank you for everything, and also for housing the girls. Thank you also to Mrs. Shlomo and Mrs. Meyerowitz, and to Mrs. Shore. Thank you for taking care of our girls. Also I would like to thank Leah and Chasya for taking such good care of the girls, and I'm sure the girls thank you with all their hearts, because you really do take care of them from day to day and look at their needs and all of our needs, so thank you. Tiny bit about the artistic process. The girls were given an assignment for this arts installation to pick a piece of Hasidus that they related to, both intellectually and spiritually, and then to find a way to express it artistically. Now, sometimes this process was kind of circular. Sometimes the artistic part came first. Oh, I know I want to dance or sing a song or write a piece or draw a painting, make a painting. So sometimes that came first, and then what I'm going to make it about came later. But this whole process, one thing fed into another. So they'd meet with me, they'd meet with Rabbi Herman, they'd meet with their art writing, filmmaking teachers, depending on what project they decided to do. It was a huge growth process for each of them. I was really incredibly amazed to watch their growth in the process. I think the process is really about connecting who they are and growing as an artist, as a human being, and as a Jewish woman. And they're going to share I guess mostly the results of that, but the process, as I said to them earlier, is the most important part. I just want to thank briefly our arts teachers who were there consistently for the girls. Our filmmaking teacher Label Cohen, who really taught the girls filmmaking from scratch. And you'll just see a few films tonight, but they've been making films all semester. Our music teacher, Nitzan Leibovich, who did not hear them sing, but heard them play piano and is teaching them music theory, has been an incredible support. Tanya Cohen, who has probably been overworked this time because we have so many incredible artists who needed her insight and advice and help, and thank you for being there for them and for us. For creative writing, Dov Bernadich, who was here today till the last second working with the girls and helping them. Our playwriting and screenwriting teacher, Melissa Martin, who is not here tonight, and we'll probably see more work that the girls did from her later in the year. Dance, we don't have in-house. The girls go to bodyography, so I'd like to thank their teachers there, Misa and Sarah, and actually Misa helped one of our girls, Thaya, with her piece. And Ellie Ronstetti, who's the photography teacher, is also a great teacher for them and a great influence. Most of all, for this performance, I'd also like to thank Gila and Leah, Gila Moritz and Leah Herman, who led the girls in vocal ensemble. And this year, probably more than any other year, this is a singing, beautifully singing group. So without further ado, I introduce to you the Tzohar Seminary Vocal Ensemble.
Everybody's got their heads in the clouds, heart beating like a train underground, high speed and the clock's ticking down. Turn around, start
In an overstuffed room in the back of my head, there is a gas leak. We close the door, keep it trapped, till no one can see. The overstuffed room lives in my basement, and I live in it. The air twists my insides. It makes them curl. I breathe and breathe. The overstuffed room in the back of my head is about to combust. In Hasidus, the exile in Egypt is related to our own lives every day. We all have our own mitzrayim, limitations we believe we possess, which keep us from pursuing God in all that we do. The girl has grown too big for her house, and she's only now realized that she can no longer remain there. This feeling of entrapment has been portrayed using perspective. The girl is too big, the house is too small. The girl's eyes are almost too large for her face, representative of her own realization that she is trapped and needs to escape. The drawing itself is overwhelmingly large, which makes the viewer standing in front of it feel small. The idea of my drawing was to capture the tension before change. It represents that moment of realization when we recognize that it is time for us to change our behaviors or our surroundings. It is the moment when we realize that it is time to set ourselves free.
Hi, I'm Kim from Manchester, England. God appreciates it when we struggle to do the right thing. This inspires me because it makes me see that the struggle itself can make us grow stronger, so that we can conquer our nefesh habahamas, our animal soul, by using our intellect to clarify what is in our best interests. I love ballet because I can disappear in another place for a bit and forget my life's challenges and struggles. But dance also helps me to think about where I am at in my life. The steps I learned in the past help me with the steps that I am dancing now and will do in the future. So too in the ultimate dance, life. You learn the steps of life when you are young, and these steps help you cope with the ones that you face now and the ones that you will face in the future. Learning to dance takes a lot of practice, as your mind trains your body to master each step. Avodah, service to God, is the same way. It takes learning of Hasidus and practicing its teachings in order to train yourself to become a better person.
Hi, my name is Manuka Bronstein, and I'm from Eretz Yisrael. Sweat and frustration, the grimace of getting it right. Tears drip to paint. God's wings splay them on the palette. Arrays of color come and go. Black and white fight. Hands become paintbrushes. grasping at the paints. The colors dissipate. The palette burns clear. Pick up the ashes and create. Sparks fly from your mind. Colors burn through fingertips. Control. Let go. Embers burn low. Shards explode into flames. Sparks burn through smoke.
Hi, my name is Esther Eckhouse from Brooklyn, New York. And now my painting portrays a woman emerging from struggle. Towards the bottom is the engulfing darkness she is in the process of leaving behind. The strings on top represent the remnants of darkness that she hasn't yet shaken, as well as everything she has gained from her journey. Now that she has accepted and stopped fighting against these strings, they can rest gently on her shoulders without holding her down, and she can move forward with them. As a metaphor to this concept, I'd like to share the following story. When the bird was first created, he found himself in a forest where he was unprotected from the many dangers surrounding him. He cried up to God, "Why haven't you given me anything to defend myself? All I have are these 2 weights on my shoulders that don't let me run away." So God sent a strong wind to ruffle his wings and show him that he can use them in order to fly. Like the bird and the woman in this painting, we all have our heavy weights and strong winds that seem to knock us over. When we learn to embrace them, it will not only loosen the binds, it can lead us to higher places in our lives.
Hi, I'm Dina Brett from Los Angeles, California. I have a slideshow. In the Torah, we see that many of our ancestors have faced challenges, leaving Egypt and going to the desert and the tests of Avram. The Jews have been oppressed by the Inquisition, pogroms, and the Holocaust. Some of the challenges now are hunger, poverty, and assimilation. Chassidus tells us that we have 2 souls. In the Tanya, it gives a mashal. 2 wrestlers are fighting each other. Even if one of the wrestlers is stronger than the other, if he isn't focused on his goal, he won't be able to overcome the weaker wrestler. This is in reference to the animal and godly soul. They are both trying to win over the other. It's a very big challenge. We need to be strong in order to face and get over our challenges. Without challenges, we wouldn't be who we are. They help shape us. In middle school, I had a personal challenge. I was teased and bullied constantly. I had no friends. I was the introvert, the girl who was afraid of everything, ignored amongst classmates. I would shy away from anything. This was a tough 3 years for me, to say the least. I would always wonder why it was me. What was so wrong with me that everyone hated? This all changed when I went into high school. In the beginning, I was still the timid, shy girl because I was intimidated by everyone around me. I didn't have much self-confidence or self-esteem. Then in 10th grade, things took a turn for the better. I met some new girls who joined the school and started making friends. At first, I was looked down upon for being friends with girls younger than me. My classmates wondered why I chose to befriend those other girls, but slowly they learned to accept the fact. From being a huge introvert, I opened up and discovered the extrovert that I was as high school came to a close. God gave me the strength to overcome that challenge, and I took it in stride. Each time we accomplish a goal, we achieve something greater. It doesn't mean you rise to the top, which means overcoming all challenges. Only tzaddikim get to that point. The point of life is that it's a journey, always striving to do better because that's our purpose. In Tanya, it talks about the idea of aspiring to be a tzaddik, but Hashem decides if we should get to the top or not. That is His gift to us. Our job is to climb up and reach above and beyond in order to get to that point. We need to fight the tendency of the animal soul to just stay put instead of trying to make our relationship with Hashem better. Hashem gives us the power to fight the animal soul, but we have to tell ourselves we could do it, and then we will be able to. As we climb up in our relationship with Hashem, our godly soul finds its song. I'm Malaya Schultz, and I'm from Muncie, New York. And I painted this yesterday. But besides for that, I've always had this really big fascination with space. There are all these tiny particles of the stars and the planets and all these lights in the world, and lights made out of different gases and colors, and then there's us, and we're just physical things made of not light and stuff. And that's kind of bumming, but at the same time, all of these particles since the beginning of time have been creating until finally they came to create me and you and them, the people who are not here. So we may feel like this, like we're all just physicality. We all have inside of us a rock. And it's our job to refine the rock and to work on it and to punch at it. And hopefully once we get it open, we will be able to find a gemstone. What if I look inside myself and then I find that I'm just a rock? Well, then I can at least work to shape it into something pretty. So these are all of the different particles that have come to make up me. And my light is slowly coming out as I find out just what kind of person I am. And like I was saying before, with working at something and working at something until it turns out to look like something pretty, every single week I have been making a film for practice. They have not been assignments, they have just been of my own accord and decision and randomness. And so the following film is of someone who has worked harder on herself than anyone else I know. And it was done out of weeks of effort and everything that led to the
People constantly ask me what it's like to have a twin. They ask if it's like having your best friend with you all the time. I'm sure they wonder if it's like having just another sister, or if it's something more than that, if it's something less than that, I don't know. But I mean, I always tell them I don't know what to think, because I don't know what it would be like not to have one. Mariasha is currently in Milan, in Italy. She's in seminary there. It is strange knowing that she's 6 hours ahead in Italy. And I do miss her. It's not like we've never been apart before. It's not that sort of twin cliche. We are different in a lot of ways. We're also alike in a lot of ways. And I think that's just like any sibling in the family. Of course, I can't speak for all twins. All twins have their own opinions and their own feelings about each other. People do make a lot of stereotypes for twins. We are our own unique people, whether we're related or not. She's definitely her own unique person, and I love her for that.
Hi, I'm Maria Salazar from Florida. We learned in Chumash that Rivka, the wife of Yitzchak, was known as Rose among thorns. She came from a wicked family. However, she married Yitzchak, who came from Abram and Sarah. We are all born into different surroundings. The way we live life is usually affected by what is happening around us and what people are doing. Our purpose in this world as Jewish people is to be different. Not to be influenced and dragged into being a certain way, but to stand out. That's what Rivka did. Yes, she could have just gone along with the evil doings of her father and brother, but she decided to be different and better. Sometimes when we look at something from the outside only, it may just seem dark and dull, but it's when we take a second look that we can really appreciate the beauty behind it. For myself, this story can somewhat connect with my family. I come from a family of Baal Teshuvas. Yes, it would have been easier for my parents to just go along living their life the way they were, without Torah, but when they took a second look at what just seemed to be black and white, they saw the true beauty of what it is to live a Jewish life, a life of color, meaning, and fulfillment.
My painting depicts two important frames of my life that together have impacted my present, the person that I am today, and who I hope to become. On the left is a yahrzeit candle, symbolizing my grandmother of blessed memory, who was, and still is, such an important influence in my life. Although she is not physically with me, the light and brightness that she brings to the world is still illuminating the center frame, my current life. On the right is a mixture of water and oil. Water represents that revealed part of the Torah that is as necessary as life-giving water. Oil, on the other hand, is the essence of everything. If you crush olives, corn, walnuts, peanuts, and even grape seeds, you get oil. And yet, oil mixes with nothing. Oil symbolizes that very essence of the Torah, the spiritual knowledge that is expressed in Chassidus. Chassidus provides meaning to every part of Torah, and yet it has explanations and a beauty all on its own. Oil is also significant in that, like the flame on the opposite side, it fuels light and warmth as well. The study of Torah and Chassidus provides nourishment to me, giving my flower in the center frame the ability to grow and blossom. My grandmother passed away on my birthday. I take this seemingly coincidence as a lesson. My life can provide a continuation of my grandmother's legacy. As with her inspiration and the teaching of the Torah, I shine my own light into the world.
Hi everybody. I'm Rachel. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Recently moved to Detroit. And yeah, this is my family.
Each person has an animal soul and a godly soul. The godly soul wants what's best for you, and the animal soul wants instant gratification. When the world confronts you, it's always better to think first before doing. It takes time and effort to train your mind to think rationally before acting.
Back again.
Hey, that's awesome. I love that
that too.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd you get it?
The toy store right over there.
Huh. Can I borrow that by any chance? Just a little bit.
No, I don't know who you are. That's really strange. No.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd you get it?
I actually got it at the toy store over there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Can I borrow that by any chance? Just a little bit.
Oh, well, I mean, I just got it, but I can show you where it is in the store and you can get one for yourself if you want.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Can you see how after being aware of her thought process, her answer was still no, but she said it in a nicer way by adding that she's going to show her in the store where it is. Controlling reactions isn't easy. You need to first tap into your essence and be aware of what you're saying and doing in order to be able to change it. From this, a person is able to grow.
Hey, do you have a sec to help me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of doing something? And by interrupting me, you're wasting my time, which I already don't have. No, I can't help you. Hey, I'm really sorry about how I acted before. I was just like really stressed about my work and I got really frustrated when you asked me. Is there still anything I could help you with?
Actually I was able to figure it out, but thanks anyway. It's cool, it's cool.
Okay, I'm really sorry. If there's anything I could help you with, let me know, okay?
Sure.
Alright, bye.
Decisions are what life is made up of. They're everywhere we turn. The automatic response of the animal soul causes us to make poor decisions. It's not concerned about what your true essence wants. You need to train your animal soul to do what your inner essence wants. That can happen by changing your perspective and believing that you can live from your essence. When you let your animal soul take control, you're not being proactive about making decisions in your life. When you're not aware of what's in your long-term best interest, you become a victim of the impulses of your animal soul. It's up to you to figure that out for yourself. How will you make the right choices and change your decisions for the better? Will you tap into your essence to make the choice, or will you let your animal soul do the deciding for you?
Hi, I'm Boston Bowman from Boston, and this piece is called Perception. And clocks are falling from the sky, dirty puddles thrust upon us like a starless night. The light that leaks through the blackened cracks has paused its shimmer. Turbulent tornadoes strike the powerful purity of newborn souls. It's a universe of strangers, in our beds, houses, in our mirrors. Broken glass inside our eyes impairs our vision. Will we stay blind? Tucked under our pillows and hiding in our covers, traces of truth lie, like used hairbands, found only by eyes that search vulnerably. Or maybe this light that we look for sits lonely in the corner of our whining insides. All we want is joyful madness, holding hands and smiling faces. But how will we capture the vision of sunlight without squinting? If darkness is delusion and pain is a dirty puddle, maybe curtains are meant to be ripped from their denying duties. Maybe we can look into the mirrors around us and transcend our egotistical idiocies. Maybe then the oneness will emerge wildly, and then my world will be yours. So basically it's showing how if you look around and think that you're separate from God and from other people and from the things that happen to you, and if you think that it's all just a coincidence, then the world is a dark and lonely place. And you can choose to look around and see, that God is in everything, and that you are connected to everyone, and all the things that happen to you are on purpose for you, and then you'll have a happy life with fulfillment and purpose.
Hi, I'm Rosie Krinsky from New York. Okay, Spree Friedman once said, "In life, you don't get all the answers at once. First, you must live with one simple truth. Then later, you must find another truth, one that may seem to conflict with and give all the purpose to learn. Then, from that confusion emerges a higher truth, the inner light behind all we learned before." So before I came to Tzohar, I saw a lot of contradiction in the world, like this is true, this is untrue, this is good, this is bad, and I heard this quote and I really didn't like it. And then I learned Hasidus here, and yeah, so God created the world by manifesting his masculine and feminine attributes, and he contrasted his light and energy, and from that we have our physical world. And here's where all the seeming contradiction comes in. The two faces are representing your animal soul, your godly soul, your emotions versus your intellect, your good traits, your bad traits, and also the masculine and feminine. And what I learned was that you have your animal soul, and your animal soul can't grow and be worked on itself without your godly soul, and your godly soul can't grow without that fight with its animal soul. And same for your emotions and your intellect, and etc. The spiral is gray, reminding myself that not everything's black and white, and you're supposed to look at everything and make a harmony with it. And yes, and the trees are representing physicality, and I also made them fiery to represent Shabbos candles. So you have the world, which seems physical and limiting, and then you have Torah, which seems like this metaphysical, godly, spiritual thing. And it just seems like it doesn't go together. And then you see that, you can't do Torah mitzvahs without the physical world, and you can't have a physical, they're made for each other. Like the Torah was made for the world, and the world was made for Torah. So, yes. And the tears represent pain and struggle, and the trees in this analogy represent life, a person, and knowledge. And just like a tree, you think you're pouring water on the tree and it's going to drown. But we know a tree can only grow with water. So with pain and struggle, we grow into the people we're supposed to be. And when you look at the picture, or so I'm told, you kind of see a bunch of random things. You're like, how in the world do these go together? And that's how I looked at life, that there's all these different things and nothing really blended, but I made it that everything's connected and it's in a circular form. And just like we're all connected to each other, we're all connected to God. So. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ricky Joseph, and I'm from Melbourne, Australia. And Rosie and I are going to be singing you a song. It's two songs that we mushed together. They're songs that we really connect to and kind of identify with the lyrics, and that we really just like. So I'm going to share it with you. You can listen and hear what I'm saying.
There's on the hot plate.
all I'm presenting to you. There's also going to be thingy up there. But there are a couple of ideas behind this thing I have created. So one of them is that we are all inherently connected to God, and that His link to us comes through the spiritual realms. And all of this is in order for Him to have a connection with us in His world that He is as well inherently connected to. Another one is that the potential for creating within us is almost a reflection of His constant creation of us. So the way I envisioned these concepts as a painting was fine, but it was lacking a certain something. So the decision to create and present this project in a stop-motion animation really helped bring out the purpose and meaning behind the painting. You will watch the creation of this painting, every step that helped create the final product. And it can almost be compared to the 6 days of creation, though I managed to do this in only 5.
My name is Tzohar. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And this is my painting. My painting represents our constant recurring choices. Every moment we make decisions that steer and alter our life in a certain way. So we choose everything down to our emotions, choosing whether to be happy or heavy-hearted. When we're in good spirits, we are very open and receptive to life's gifts. However, when we're dejected, sad, or indifferent, we kind of isolate ourselves from our surroundings. This grandmother, in every moment, is choosing to recreate this relationship with her grandchild by being happy and receptive to his love and wonder. The child just living in the moment. He's so in the moment, he doesn't even think that there's a choice. At this stage, he's open and receptive to any relationship that comes into his view. So because we can no longer be as naturally receptive as this child, we need to choose to be like a grandmother, choosing every second to look at life as a life full of opportunity and not one that's drained of it. From a Hasidic perspective, we are created in God's image. By definition, that then means we be mirroring God, doing what God does on a colossally smaller scale. Every moment, God's recreating this world, choosing to sustain this relationship between Him and us, and allowing it to grow and deepen. This grandmother in this painting allows herself the freedom of happiness despite her experiences of the world. She's able to form relationships when she's not tied down to sadness, which in turn deepens the connection she constantly decides to recreate.
Hi, I'm Adel Cohen from Georgia, and I have a narrative poem. Long ago, 2 monarchs reigned, through them the kingdom grew and gained. The king with throne and stately steed, and pretty queen alongside his lead. The king and queen had one small child with emerald eyes and blonde curls wild. So the land was ripe and well, until the day the kingdom fell. Far off on a rocky moor lived cruel Isa, proud and poor. She'd been a lady for the queen until she left the palace scene. The queen dismissed her from her post because they found out what she'd boast. I would be a better ruler. I'd be stronger, sterner, crueler. Isa's treason went too far, and here she was, a fallen star. She still believed she'd rule the land and take it in her evil hand. But how could Isa spread her reign? The king and queen allowed no pain. So Isa now devised a plan to overtake the peaceful land. According to the plan devised, the wicked Isa came disguised to the palace dressed in rags. She hid a poison in her bags. And so the king and queen fell ill. As they lay there pale and still, the good queen called her servants near. My end is coming soon, I fear. Please bring my daughter to my side. The child came there, solemn-eyed. The mother took the child's hand. My last words, dear, you'll understand. My little princess, do not fear. Know my love is always near. And whether life is good or bleak, keep in mind these words I speak. Your life is not what others say, and you can pick the role you play. Your ballad's words you choose within, damsel in distress or heroine. And with these words the queen passed on, her husband too, for night was gone. Wicked Isa came next day and sought to rule the land her way. Gabriella, at age 4, became a maid to scrub the floor. She slept within the servants' quarter. Her meals were naught but bread and water. When Isa came to supervise, she'd strike the girl with blows and lies. She screamed commands and barked each order. Lowly slave, she called the queen's daughter. And as time passed by more and more, she called her wretched, weak, and poor. Isa made her life forlorn. She taunted her with words of scorn. For while the girl succumbed to pain, Isa knew she'd keep her reign. For who can rule if they're made meek, and rendered as a victim, weak? And soon the princess felt the toll. Her mother's words grew soft and dull. And yet they stayed inside her heart, and from her soul would not depart. But Gabriella was alone. Her golden hair no longer shone. Her emerald eyes grew dull, downcast, and she could not recall her past. No gentle friends whose life to share, no love or parents there to care. One day she was assigned to scour up in the very tallest tower. The years had passed, all wrought with scorn. 'Twas 18 years since she was born. Tired, she sat down to rest, and saw a dusty wooden chest. Curious, she broke the lock. She looked inside and gasped in shock. She saw a painting, bright though old, with king and queen in crowns of gold. A little princess on their knees, whose smile beamed with loving ease. As Gabriella gazed with sighs, she saw her own bright emerald eyes, and then beheld some words and read, "Beloved king and queen," it said, and Princess Gabriella 3. The princess gasped, "That can't be me? I'm a maid, I've always been, but that's my name. Are they my kin?" She held the painting in her hand and said, "I think I understand. I was a princess long ago. I did have parents, I just know." She looked inside the chest once more and saw a letter on the floor. She lifted up the yellow sheet. Her fingers shook. Her heart just beat. "My Princess Gabriella dear, I write these lines with love and fear. My fear is this, I will not last before a few more nights have passed. My little daughter, keep in mind, recall my words when life's not kind. Your life is not what others say, and you can pick the role you play. Your ballad's words you choose within, damsel in distress or heroine. When you're 18, you'll rule the land. We know that you'll be just and grand. We love you, daughter. Keep your pride, and always know we're at your side." As Gabriella blinked back tears, she heard a sound that struck her fears. The pounding steps of Isa's feet. She jumped up quickly from her seat. The tower door creaked open wide, and evil Isa came inside. She looked at her with narrowed brow. "What is it you are doing now?" The princess clutched her mother's words. She knew that they were solely hers. They flooded back into her soul. She suddenly felt calm and whole. Recalling that she was 18, she stated, "Don't you know I'm queen?" Sparks shot out of Isa's eyes. "How dare you fashion such a guise? How dare you mention such a thing? To use my throne and wear my ring?" "Oh yes, I dare," the princess cried, "for I've been destined since they died. I found the proof. Just take a look." She showed the painting. Isa shook. "Don't you see? My parents rule. Don't lie to me. I won't be fooled. Answer me. Don't rant and rave, for I'm a princess, not a slave." "What does it matter?" Isa scorned. "The king and queen are gone and mourn. I am now the ruler here, and don't you dare forget, my dear. You wretched little orphan slave, is this the way that you behave? You're nothing, child, don't you see? The crown's not yours, it's here for me. Now shut your lips and clean a mess. Be quiet, damsel in distress." But Gabriella stood her ground. The love and life she lost was found. Her mother's words came from the past, this spoken as she breathed her last. She knew that now they wouldn't depart, and she proclaimed with all her heart, "My life is not the words you said, and I will pick the role I play. My ballad's words I'll choose within, damsel in distress or heroine." Isa's eyes were terrified. Gabriella had some pride. She was stealing Isa's crown. Her strength as queen was going down. Gabriella faced the queen and glared with flashing eyes of green. "Isa, you've no right to rule. You're nothing but a traitor, cruel. Now leave the palace, my domain. for now it is my turn to reign. For I have picked my role within. I choose to be a heroine. Gabriella told the royal scribe, I instruct you to describe that in the ballad of one's life, we choose the way we deal with strife. We'll publicize this wondrous truth. My story here is certain proof. Those last words from my mother's voice are here from God who gives us choice. Your life is not what others say, and you can pick the role you play. Your ballad's words you choose within. Damsel in distress, or heroine.
That's hard to go after.
Oh, it is beautiful.
Crushed from this box that they've been put into, and they feel like if they completely break out of it, then they'll reach freedom. That's not the case though, because if you break out of all boxes, you'll just be trapped by the endlessness, and you'll end up moving from your familiar box to a new and foreign one. So God, who is awesome and unlimited, he limited himself to create a world and connect with every single person. So he gave us our bodies, which are finite, like a box, and then within it he put our soul, which is like a tree, which is infinite. And just like a tree needs the ground and it needs its soil to grow, so too our body needs, our soul needs our body in order to grow from it and flourish. And then God gave us the Torah, which is also, it seems like something crushing and giving us limitations. We just want to live how we want. But the Torah is really limitations to help us connect to God and let our soul grow out from our body, and our soul is the truest selves. So we use the Torah in order to grow out from it and flourish. So I know I felt crushed by the limitations put upon me. And here I have learned that really the box is needed, and the box is good, and you want it to grow out from it, and I have to use it to grow and flourish.
Young one, the time has come where the moon will rise and hold hands with the sun. Go to the field where the golden grains yield wisdom for the young. Open your arms, release the bound. Open your skies, erase our clouds. Open our hearts, erase our doubt. Open our mouths and we'll sing out. We'll dance in circles. Taking your hand, dirt of this fertile land, and throw it to the wind. Carry it far, heal the wounded, heal the scarred in lands near and far. At night I lie awake skies, erase our clouds, open our hearts, erase our doubts, open our mouths and we'll sing now.
Hello, Saunders. You know, I had a hunch I'd find you here when you weren't anyplace else.
You sure had the right idea about me, Saunders. You told me to go back home and keep filling those kids full of hooey. Yeah. Just a simple guy, you said, still wet behind the ears. What are you gonna believe in?
You just make up your mind you're not going to quit, and I'll tell you what. Been thinking about it all the way back here. I think you can do it.
Clarissa, where can we get a drink?
Now you're talking. Come on over to my place.
There's a bird who sings a song of a lost kingdom amongst the trees that echo as drains. There's a knock at my door, and it's freedom. And all I've got to do is let her in. Oh, howling, howling outside my worry window. Oh, worries, worries keeping me in. And I don't want to worry no more. No, I don't want to worry no more. There's a man who plays his harp in a city Central Park.
She sits on the floor. She sees a shadow on the wall. She tries to reach for the sky. She's afraid she might fall. And they try to feed her dreams on the front of magazines. na